the fashion in which he just defeated Keith
Thurman. The towering Inferno is still the towering Inferno. He's a problem. He's 6'6", 154. He's a problem for anybody.
Mike, what do you think?
Like I said, it's hard for anybody to come back after 3 years and try to come back and fight the top guy in the division. And Fundora went out and done what he's supposed to do. I mean, Thurman done what he could do, but just wasn't enough. And he was just too elusive and too busy for him.
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? Well, talk about what happened with Keith tonight. Man, I'm heartbroken for my man, but we knew it was gonna be an uphill battle. Hey, Fundora beast, bro. Beast.
So you put that on top of it. He 36, 37 years old. Injuries and everything that he done went through. With, his body breaking down on him. All these postponed fights and due to injury or, his opponent getting injured and stuff, man, like, Keith's career, man, the end of his career has been a travesty.
The boxing world reacted strongly to the Keith Thurman vs. Sebastian Fundora fight, with Caleb Plant stating that Fundora is at the peak of his abilities, delivering an incredible performance backed by great coaching and a flawless game plan.
Stopping Keith.
Yeah, Fundora did great tonight. He had a great game plan. He implemented it. He got great coaching. He's got, a great chin, great gas tank. And he's just a great fighter, man.
Was there anything that surprised you about the fight, or you felt like Keith could have done a little bit better?
Man, I think, it's just, it's a hard puzzle to solve.
Right?
Yeah.
In terms of 154, do you, based on how he fought, do you see Fundora being the best at 154?
Yeah, right now I think he's got the most momentum. He's got a lot of confidence, and right now I think he's on top of his game.
Is there anyone you see being able to handle that size, that length, just the pressure?
I mean, I would never. I'm not going to say there's nobody out there that can't get it done, but right now, as far as the eye test goes.
Rolando Romero claimed that Fundora is too tall for his weight class, calling it unfair and hinting that there may be some hidden trickery in boxing that people don't openly talk about.
Version of Fundora, the best version you've seen in...
Man, that dude need to be 86 from the division. He way too tall. I'm sorry, they need to calibrate them scales. I don't know how he making them weight classes. It is not fair.
Too cold.
It is not fair.
So he beats Virgil Ortiz.
It is. Forget about. It is not fair for him to be in that weight class.
Would you pick him against the 154? So is that what you're saying? Like,
it is not fair for him to be in that weight class. They need to calibrate them scales. We don't know how he makes that weight. All stuff. There is some kind of trickery going on in boxing that nobody wants to talk about.
What do you think about the sustained beatings that he passes out? When he fights, it's the way he gets on top of people and just destroys them.
Man, he over there trying to chop everybody.
Ryan Garcia reacted on X after the fight, saying, called it, Fundora is a style nightmare for Thurman. Congrats, great job Fundora, praising his dominance and confidence in his prediction. Timothy Bradley added that Keith is no longer one-time Thurman, stating his career looks finished and that he didn't appear sharp or impressive in this performance.
Watching Keith fight, watching Fundora, watching Keith, I'm looking at their resumes and I'm just like, man, if Keith pull this off, man, this fight right here might put his ass in the Hall of Fame. If he win this fight, man, this might put him in the Hall of Fame, man. He got some good names on his resume, like, Guerrero and Sean Porter and, a few others. He got some good names on his resume. But this right here, how long he really been out of the ring, like, in the last 3 years, he's only been 3 rounds, people. He's only been he's only been 3 rounds. The last 3 years, he's only been 3 rounds. Yeah, he gonna have to kill Fundora. Fundora is he like a damn rooster. He just keep plucking and plucking and plucking. If you don't take his life, kill him, He ain't got no breath in his body. You can't beat him. I promise y'all that, man. That dude will throw and throw and throw and throw and throw and keep throwing, eating shots and keep throwing. Anyways, man, I'm praying for you, Keith. Man, for real. I think I'm bullshitting. I'm praying for Keith, man. I'm praying for him. I'm praying for Regis Prograis. Ooh, I'm praying for Regis Prograis. Oh.
Roy Jones Jr. reacted to the fight by praising Fundora as a towering inferno, calling him incredible and highlighting how effectively he uses his unique style to dominate inside the ring.
Fundora went out and done what he's supposed to do. I mean, Thurman done what he could do, but just wasn't enough. And he was just too elusive and too busy for him. He wanted to fight. The referee done the right thing. He stopped the fight. There's no need taking on unnecessary punishment. He's a good fighter. And
Excessive punishment for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
What do you think happens next for Keith? Is it time to hang him up or to maybe look for a different division? Where do you think he goes from here, Roy?
Well, for me, it's hard to come back at a fighter like that. When you come back fight, you go into the top guy in the division. It's hard to do that. So he's going to do other things, but it's hard to do that.
Teddy Atlas praised Fundora, saying he uses his height and fighting style perfectly, performs at his best, and is currently in the prime of his boxing career.
What's your thoughts on that one?
With the confidence he's got right now, using his height, the way that he's using it, a lot better. His length and his height, not just his height. He's not, it's not out of question that he could beat anybody. It's not out of question he could beat anyone. Boots is a real good, solid fighter, and he's undefeated. He hasn't learned how to lose. That's a big, big plus, that he has not learned how to lose. And he was a real good amateur. He's a very solid fighter, Boots. Again, he's a very dimensional fighter. He can fight inside, he can box, he can pressure you, he can punch. He's a good body.
Antonio Tarver expressed heartbreak for Keith Thurman while also calling Fundora a beast, warning that he will be a serious problem for anyone he faces next.
Not right now, but Fundora's gonna be a tough out for anybody, bro. He's learning how to use his reach and height a lot better, so he's gonna be a tough puzzle to solve.
Keith Thurman showed disappointment with the result, saying the referee didn't give him a fair chance and that he believes he could have continued if the stoppage hadn't happened, calling the situation frustrating and unfortunate.
They make a mistake, and he was just getting way too comfortable. He had a hard press, and we were right on the verge of getting to that sweet spot where both of us were ready to go toe-to-toe, blow for blow, and the ref couldn't handle the violence and, what I was taking. A lot was on the gloves. Some of this on this side was me catching. I remember a fight that I had where on the side of my head looked like a monster symbol, right? And I was like, how the heck did that happen? And it came from the inseam of my own fist. If you got 1, 2, 3. The inseam of my own fist hitting my own head, that's where my bruising came from. So we get bruised up just from blocking shots as much as we get bruised up from taking shots. So it's just unfortunate, man. I really think I could hear the crowd. The fight was really just getting good. I was on my feet, never got dropped. And it's just unfortunate.
Teddy Atlas also commented on the referee's quick stoppage, acknowledging Fundora's heart while noting many fans disagreed with the decision, explaining that the referee acted cautiously due to Thurman's condition while understanding both sides.
Absolutely, but the referee, a lot of viewers not too thrilled with referee Taylor tonight in that quick stoppage.
I agree. Listen, I can't argue with them, but I don't like to be on the fence. I'm not known for sitting on the fence. But I could understand and don't disagree with them. But at the same time, you could see that the referee kind of knew he'd be safe stopping this because, how you gonna really go nuts on him when the guy's busted up, when it was a shutout? And it didn't look like it was going to.
Richard Torres reacted to Sebastian Fundora's performance, highlighting his incredible reach, height advantage, and relentless pressure, noting that every opponent struggles against his unique style. He also praised Fundora's toughness, ability to absorb punches, and constant aggression, saying it's rare to see a 6 feet 6 inches fighter at 154 pounds dominate like this. He emphasized how this mix of size and skill is changing boxing and making Fundora a dangerous force, adding excitement for his future.
Saw Sebastian Fundora put on one of those Fundora-esque, Inferno-esque performances again tonight, man. Tell us what you saw.
What are you supposed to do against that guy, man? You know, he's a guy that wants to come at you, wants to stay active, but has this reach that's insane. He can hit you from across the ring, and every guy is gonna be significantly shorter than him. That's a fight, man. Like, anytime he gets in the ring, you know the other person's gonna have a difficult job because he's never fought someone like him. You know, he's just a different guy. You know, I used to not like watching film on some of my guys, because like they never fight me how they fight other people. I think that's how Fundora must feel all the time. He's never gonna get a fighter that can fight his natural style or the style that he wants somebody against him. He's 6'6" and 150 pounds. It's insane.
I mean, and it's crazy, man, when you land punches on him, this is a dude who truly seems like he takes it personal. Not like he gets mad, but if you hit him hard, he hits you 6 or 7 times. Yeah. He is as nasty as they come.
And he took the shot like a champ too. He took like 3 or 4 of Keith Thurman shots, and he ate them, man, and kept coming back. That was incredible. It was a really great showing from him, and I'm just excited to see what's next for him. I'm a fan, you know? And it's weird because like you see it on TV, but you don't get like the awe until you're in person of like that size discrepancy with, I don't know when I've seen it like that again, you know? Like 6'6" versus what was he, 5'8", 5'6"? It was almost a foot of just height, and then the length and everything. That guy's dangerous, man.
Right. I mean, and for Keith Thurman, we haven't seen Keith Thurman get bludgeoned like that. We haven't seen him get beaten like that. I mean, he seemed to have been angry in the corner after the stoppage, but even then, man, I mean, still, this was an absolute, we've never seen Keith get stopped. Let's start there.
The Blue Blood Sports TV host reacted strongly to the fight, noting that Keith, one-time Thurman, a former unified champion, took a brutal beating. Fundora, now 24-1-1 with 16 knockouts, dominated every round and stopped Thurman in the 6th. The host highlighted how much Fundora has improved since his loss to Brian Mendoza, mastering distance, pace, and range control. He consistently landed powerful uppercuts from distance and kept Thurman on the back foot. Despite Thurman's experience and wins over Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Manny Pacquiao, he couldn't handle Fundora's reach and aggression. The host suggested Thurman should consider retirement and praised Fundora's growth, calling him a serious threat to top contenders like Virgil Ortiz Jr.
One-time Thurman, who at one point in time held the WBC and the WBA title. They fought tonight. Sebastian Fundora is now 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 16 wins by way of knockout. And he absolutely beat the stuffings out of Keith Thurman, who is now 31 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 23 wins by way of knockout. And he stopped Keith Thurman in the 6th round. Sebastian Fundora just retired Keith Thurman, people. I don't want to see Keith Thurman come back after what I just witnessed. Keith Thurman just took a brutal beating. Literally. He took a brutal beating. Sebastian Fundora has gotten leaps and bounds better than when he got knocked out by Brian Mendoza. Right? It's typical of people to harvest a flaw that they saw and not pay attention to the progress. And everybody harvests on the fact that he got caught with this right hook. He got caught by Lubin by it, he got dropped, and he got knocked out by Fundora by it. By Brian Mendoza. He has made the adjustment to that now. He has literally made the adjustment to that. He fights tall. He's very active with his jab. He controls the range.
Sebastian Fundora executed a brilliant game plan, using his long jab to control distance and dictate the pace of the fight. Keith Thurman struggled to close the distance, while Fundora stayed in control and avoided major trouble. After the fight, Fundora admitted he didn't expect it to be this easy. Many are now questioning Thurman's future, suggesting he may become a gatekeeper in the division. The fight showed just how dangerous Fundora is, with his reach, timing, and ring IQ making him a serious challenge at 154 pounds.
Fundora had a great game plan by just extending a long jab, keeping the distance the whole time, and really at the end of the day, Keith Thurman had a hard time really cutting the ring. Cutting the distance, excuse me. Fundora had an easy time, really cutting the ring off. Not a lot of complications in this fight. After the fight, Fundora said that, hey, they asked him, listen, did you feel like it was going to be this easy? And he said, nah, I didn't think it was going to be this easy. Now, as far as Keith Thurman is concerned, a lot of people are saying, hey, is this it? Is he the official gatekeeper? Well, yes, boxing is trying to make Keith Thurman the gatekeeper. Now it's just up to, it's up to him at the end of the day. This was a hard task. Anybody that fights Fundora, it's just...
Thurman tried to land body shots and used movement along with some defense, but lacked a clear offensive strategy. Fundora steadily increased pressure, grew more comfortable, and found his timing as the fight progressed, showing his superior skill. Looking ahead, Fundora expressed interest in fighting top contenders and even mentioned wanting to fight on a Mexican card alongside Canelo Alvarez. He also called out Vigil Ortiz Jr., showing he's ready to face anyone in the division.
Keith was going into the strong hand of Fundora, and it was complicating me trying to figure out what he was trying to do. He really didn't have a game plan. He landed a few body shots and whatnot, but stayed on the outside really with the lateral movement a lot, not really active with the hands. Good head movement at times, but Fundora, it was just a matter of time until he kept pushing that pace and getting a little bit more comfortable and finding his timing. So now everyone's asking, wow, what's next? He says he wants to fight everybody. But in the same time, right, we did hear Fundora say that he would like to fight on that all-Mexican card with Canelo Alvarez in September. He wants to fight Virgil Ortiz. Now, there's lots of talks about June 27th against in New York City. Obviously, you've seen Xander Zayas.
An analyst from YSM Sports Media praised Sebastian Fundora, calling him a unicorn and saying he could beat everyone at 154 pounds. He explained that while every fighter presents different challenges, Fundora adapts extremely well to any style. On paper, Keith Thurman was one of the most accomplished fighters, making this victory even more impressive. The analyst also dismissed the triangle theory, noting that styles make fights and results don't always connect logically.
He's a chance, and he's a unicorn. And Fundora could beat everybody in 154, but I think it's a bunch of dudes that could definitely be Fundora. Every fight's different, every style is different. And when you look on paper, Keith Thurman is probably the most accomplished fighter at the division outside of Jamal Charlo. So naturally, everybody is going to oh my God, Fundora, who can beat him? Triangle theory doesn't work because Fundora got stopped by Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza loses to Yoenis Telez. Yoenis Telez loses to Abbas Baru. Xander Zayas beats Abbas Baru. So does that mean that Xander Zayas can beat Sebastian Fundora?
This inconsistency shows how complex boxing matchups are, and why Fundora's skills, reach, and adaptability make him stand out. According to the analyst, his mix of height, timing, and power allows him to dominate in a unique way, solidifying his place as a top contender at 154 pounds.
Out there, he's doing his thing. And so, I'm holding the East Coast down. But I don't want an overreaction, right? And it's too much overreactions from fans and pundits. It's like, when one fight happens, the dude is a fucking bum. Another fight happens, dude is a monster. One fight happens, he's a bum. Next fight, he's exposed. Next fight, he's overrated. Next fight, nobody can beat him. Don't work like that. Don't work like that. Each fight is different. Each fight is different. And now, I need people to look out for this. Expect Fundora versus Virgil next.
An analyst from Boxing Ego discussed modern boxing, saying many older fighters are nearing the end of their prime. He stated that in such a brutal sport, fighters like Keith Thurman, now 37, face natural decline. He compared this with Israel Adesanya, who has also struggled recently. While Thurman can still compete, reaching championship level again seems unlikely. The analyst highlighted Thurman's past achievements, including his fight with Manny Pacquiao, but noted that inactivity and age make facing elite fighters like Jaron "Boots" Ennis very difficult.
Basically at a spot where some of the older legends is over for him, you know? And I hate to sound blunt, but I don't know no other way to be, right? Where fight game, brutal sport.
Talking about the recent fight, the analyst praised Sebastian Fundora's dominant performance. His reach, skill, and use of the jab allowed him to control the fight from start to finish. He followed a clear strategy, kept Thurman at range, and gradually broke him down. The analyst concluded that Fundora is a rising force in the division, while Thurman may need to rethink his future after such a tough loss.
Adesanya, and guess what? He's right up there, age 36. And when you start taking, like, Adesanya got 4 losses in a row at this point. 4. You know what I mean? So I don't really know where you would really go from that point. Keith Thurman, pretty much the same story. At age 37, I don't know where you go. It was a punishing fight, and we will get to the fight. Stay tuned to the end of the video, but I want to show you guys, for all my avid listeners, boom, Keith Thurman, age 37. So fought Pacquiao, done amazing things.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.